What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome, exiles, to the research institution. Have you heard the news? Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, free to play until January 1st, the new year. God damn. Did I waste my money on that shit? Now, strangely enough, I didn't purchase it after it came out for like a week. All right. I know a lot of you guys probably pre-ordered it for $40 and you got the little pussycat to follow you around or whatever, little pet or whatnot. But I put it off. Of course, this channel used to be called Iceman Diablo 4. All right, I was hopeful for that game. But by the time Vessel of Hatred came out, man, did they go back on a lot of things. You remember when they said that the combat was going to be immersive and not as fast-paced as Diablo 3, for example? And of course, what it turned into was just a screen exploder where you can't even tell what the fuck is going on. And you remember when they said, oh yeah, all items are going to have meaning. The magics, the rares. It's going to be like Diablo 2. We're taking a lot of encouragement from that game, a lot of insight from that game, a lot of points from that game. And the way that it turned out is that all those items are complete shit. The rares, the magics, you don't even pick those up at the beginning. That's how bad it is. You just kill a couple monsters, you start finding legendaries because, of course, they're raining from the sky. That's another point that they made. Oh, yeah, the legendaries, yeah, it's not going to be like Diablo 3. No, it's not going to be that. You guys aren't buying that. Don't worry. Go ahead and pre-purchase Diablo 4. Yeah, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be items just raining from the sky, just saturation, oversaturation of all this shit to where nothing is meaningful anymore. And, of course, it turned into that within a couple months, and then Vessel of Hatred only turned it on steroids. What a pain in the fucking ass. Now we get to grind a map, or whatever you call them in Diablo 4. What do you call them again? A rift, a pit. Or the pit doesn't have items drop until the end, at least. But if you're doing the Hell Tides, for example, you just find so many items, your inventory gets filled up within 3 minutes, and then it's just a task. You have to go to town every 2 to 3 minutes and just salvage all of that shit. How monotonous. How mundane. It's part of the reason why I quit. And the enemy's leveling with you? What the fuck? You guys remember the days of Diablo 1? You'd go through the Den of Evil, for example, with nothing but a club in hand, beating the shit out of a little fallen over the head. You never know what you're going to find. You never know what's right around the corner. Maybe you'll find those Arctic furs set to quilted armor with a 10 resol and a pretty nice defense for whatever that's worth, seeing how if you're running in Diablo 2, your defense goes to 0, and they never really fixed it. But that's why we go play Project Diablo 2, because it's the best way to play it. Fan-made mod. Check it out if you haven't yet. Do you guys remember those days? And it would almost be a struggle going through Act 1, and Act 2 and Act 3, and you'd kill the Council, and they'd beat your ass at first. Their hydras and the poison damage and all that, lightning enchanted. One of them would pop when you'd kill it and just kill your ass on point. Well, then you could revisit those areas later on, and you could see how far your character has come. That's how the whole damn game was. It was like a real world to an extent. And they took that away when they allowed all the monsters to just level with you. And as many have said, oh yeah, I feel like as I level Iceman, I'm just getting weaker because I'm not improving enough to keep up with the monsters who are leveling with me. So it's like, do I even want to level here? What's even the point of playing? Holy shit. This video wasn't meant to be one that just talks smack about Diablo. But I guess that's what it's turning into. Path of Exile, it seems to have found that market. It seems to have innovated. A buddy of mine, whose chips are kind of down right now, he doesn't have a computer or anything like that, we're just in contact through text. I kind of try to keep him at arm's length. He's been playing the original Zelda on his tablet. You downloaded it or some shit. It's from the original Nintendo Entertainment System. And I told him, oh yeah, I'm playing Path of Exile too. He's like, oh, what's that like? And I tried to sum it up in just a couple words. And I said, well, because he's really fluent in the ARPG scene. He's been playing since Diablo 1, and he played some Path of Exile. He played Titan Quest. He played Last Epic, or Epoch, or whatever the hell you call it. He played all that shit. So I was like, how do I sum this up in 2 sentences? What makes it different from the others? And I said, well, for one, while you're casting your skills, you can move. Like if you're an archer, for example, you can be running while shooting your arrows. So it's very, like, fast-paced in that sense. Closer to realism. You don't have to stop to shoot your fucking bow, like you do in Diablo 2, for example, and probably PoE 1 with some of your skills. And then the second thing that I told him was how it's almost a hybrid with Dark Souls or Elden Ring in that it has an unlimited, no cooldown roll/dodge to add to the gameplay and the challenge. So that sets it apart, of course, from PoE and Diablo 2, Diablo 1, even Diablo 3 for that matter, Diablo 4. And of course, he seemed to be very receptive of that. Like, those were all good things. And they innovated. But I paid $30 for this early access, and the game isn't even complete yet. And a lot of us are having a damn good time. It seems to be more of a game already than what Diablo 4 is. And Diablo 4 is on its first expansion already. And this is just early access. We have 3 acts. And it already seems to have better itemization. It already seems to have a wider range of combat, enemies, enemy attributes, enemy traits, and all that. More variety in the land structures, and the geography, and the mapping system. There's just... It's not just all the same stuff all the time, always like what we get in Diablo 4 and Diablo 3 for that matter. The towns are very distinct. The cultures are distinct. It's like, oh, wow, I actually feel like I'm at a different place now. It's not like Diablo 4 where everything just feels the same. It's just crazy how they took away variety and diversification in the name of diversification. They just gave you everything all at once, always, and it ends up having no diversification. It's just so fucked up how it came full circle, and that's what happened. And as far as I see it, that was predictable. That's exactly what I expected. I was just holding out for a while that maybe it would actually become better as time progressed, but no, it actually reverted. They reverted from the rares and magic items being special. They reverted from the items not raining from the sky and so forth. It's just unfucking believable. But let me know what you guys think about that. Is this going to encourage players? I just checked on Twitch the amount of people watching PoE 2 right now, and it had 70,000 people watching the gameplay. And then I checked Diablo 4, and there were about 390 people watching it. Diablo 2 Resurrected had more watchers. It had about 600 some. So I just don't know if giving it for free to everyone is going to incentivize them at all to get back and play it. I don't know if that works that way. I think it has to be a good game first. I mean, people aren't that broke yet to where they're just going to play a game just because it's free over another one that's $30 and it's a hell of a lot better. But it just seems like that's the direction they're trying to take it. And in another way, it's kind of a kick in the nuts. You know, I paid $40 for this thing. And I don't know how many hours of gameplay I got in it, maybe 30 hours of gameplay or something like that. It's just the same damn thing as Diablo 4. You don't even fight Mephisto in this thing. They advertise him in the trailers, and you don't even fight him. You just pretty much get new color palettes over shit. And a character with new color palettes. It's like the druid and some other character mixed together with new color palettes over it. And it has, the numbers are tuned up a little higher on them. The Spiritborn, is that what they call it? Where it just does more damage over the enemy's heads. That's pretty much the only difference from that and the other characters in the game. Because it's all the same basic fundamentals. It's just a new graphics over them. And it wouldn't matter if we fought Mephisto anyway, because you'd just be fighting the same damn bosses we've been fighting from the beginning with a new color palette over them. I can't really decipher one boss from the other in that game. Maybe Lilith is kind of unique, but beyond her, they're just all the same damn thing. So really, those who are holding out thinking, oh yeah, we're going to soon be able to fight Mephisto, maybe in the 5th expansion or something. Or yeah, oh, Diablo, we're going to be able to fight Diablo in the 7th or 8th expansion. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the same experience as fighting any other boss in that game. Because I think bots and AI are making this shit. There's no creativity in it. There's no differentiation between what one boss does to the other. It's just going to be a boss reused, rehashed with new graphics over it. So don't let that be what makes you hold out in your hopes. I'm trying to make it easy on you guys that the game's going to suck dick no matter what. But if you guys will, like this video, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace be with you.